Alright, let's talk about what the hell is going on in Mexico. Is this a Gen Z protest, a color revolution? Did the CIA wake up bored and decided to fund the most corrupt politicians in Mexico to stir up the pot? We're gonna break down all the claims behind this chaos in Mexico City. People are protesting because they're terrified. There's immediate concerns about insecurity, kidnappings, and impunity. For many, the government's current strategy isn't working. It's barely holding back the tide. A couple of weeks ago, we talked about the assassination of anti-cartel Mayor Carlos Manzo in Michoacan, and that was the breaking point. It showed everybody that organized crime has a reach, and the state feels helpless or uninterested in fighting it. People aren't just marching to end violence, even though that's a big part. They're also marching because the economy is rough, healthcare is trash, and they genuinely believe they're living under a narco gobierno, a government that either can't act, won't act, or is scared to act. Similar to what happened in Nepal with the overthrow of the government, you will see this flag. This is called the Straw Hat Jolly Roger from the anime One Piece. It isn't just a symbol of pop culture anymore. For this generation, it's a global shorthand for fighting oppression and chasing freedom, a sentiment felt sharply in Mexico today. Then you have Claudia Sheinbaum. She's made it very, very clear that there will not be a war on the cartels. She says it's outside of the legal framework and will make everything worse.
La guerra contra el narco no es opción. No es opción.
She wants intelligence, social programs, and a new strategy. But to the protesters, that doesn't sound like a strategy. They want results now as people are dying daily. And let's keep it real. This is not a peaceful protest at all whatsoever. Clips everywhere show protesters kicking cops, cops kicking protesters, tear gas, rubber bullets, rocks flying, the whole thing. Whether you blame the crowd or the police, the violence is right there on camera. Now let's flip to the other side. There's some people saying that this is not organic. This is a coordinated, a paid political attack. In fact, some people are pointing to the demographic of the protest themselves. They ask, how can this be a genuine Gen Z protest when photos clearly show old people and older citizens marching alongside the youth? For critics, this is further proof that the opposition is using its base, not just young apolitical citizens, to manufacture unrest. Okay, that was one claim out of the way. Then comes the spicier claim that this is a color revolution, a term used to describe foreign-backed regime change, being funded by the most corrupt elements of Mexico's past. The proof, they say, is the presence of opposition figures like former President Vicente Fox at the demonstrations, tying the protest directly to right-wing opposition parties, PRI and PAN. So to them, the math is simple. PRI plus PAN plus Fox and all this chaos equals an orchestrated protest. And Sheinbaum herself has stepped into the ring. She basically said,
¿Que nos van a debilitar? ¿Que van a debilitar a la presidenta por lo que gritan? No, más fuerte soy, más fuerte. ¿Ustedes creen que esos gritos, leperadas y me van a hacer algo? No, estamos fuertes con el pueblo, fuertes, muy fuertes. En Campeche hubieran visto a la gente feliz con nosotros. ¿Cómo se llama ahí donde fuimos con las empalizada?
She's saying the insults don't bother her. She's strong and the real Mexico is happy with her. That she's seen crowds in Campeche celebrating her leadership and that is the genuine voice of the people. The core argument from her party is the numbers. Her government maintains a high approval rating. The question is, if the government is so popular, how can such a large, angry protest truly be a reflection of the people's will unless it's been manufactured by the opposition? And then there are some disturbing elements that complicate the narrative of a simple youth uprising. The presence of individuals wearing Yahtzee affiliated symbols. Yeah, that's happening. And it raises a serious question about who exactly is attempting to join, hijack, or influence the movement's fringes. Based on everything you heard on this video, the different claims, the different theories, I want you to keep doing your own research before you come to a conclusion. Right now, I'll tell you this though, both sides are right about something. There is a deep, legitimate fear and frustration fueling these protests. And there are political actors trying to jump in and ride the wave for their own gain. Mexico right now is stuck in a tug of war, a generation demanding safety, honesty, and change versus a political battle where every side is accusing the other of being illegitimate. And the hardest part for the people of Mexico is trying to separate the real cry for justice from the political opportunism before the violence gets worse. But what are your thoughts?